If you or someone close to you struggles with a persistent ringing, buzzing, or humming in the ears, a sound that no one else can hear, you may be dealing with something known as tinnitus. And today, I want to walk you through a deeper understanding of what it is, where it comes from, and what might actually help reduce it naturally. I'll be sharing some personal insights too, since I've dealt with sinus issues and the symptoms of tinnitus myself. Let's begin by acknowledging a common frustration. Many people who suffer from tinnitus turn to ear, nose, and throat specialists, hoping for a solution. These specialists often examine the ear canal, check your hearing through tests, and might even determine that your hearing is slightly impaired. But more often than not, you're told that nothing can be done to eliminate the sound, only to manage it. You're advised to distract yourself, try to sleep with white noise, use techniques to relax, or simply to live with it. But what if there's more to understand? What if the ringing in your ears isn't just a random malfunction, but the result of a larger imbalance in the body and brain? Something that could, with the right tools and support, actually be soothed. Let's first talk about the role of stress in your nervous system. When you're feeling anxious, overworked, sleep-deprived, or emotionally overwhelmed, your body releases stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. These hormones are part of your fight-or-flight response. They prepare you to run from danger. But in modern life, we're not running from wild animals. We're stuck in traffic, worrying about deadlines, or dealing with emotional strain. And all that stress can affect the brain. There's a neurotransmitter called glutamate, which plays a role in learning and alertness. But too much glutamate can overstimulate the brain, especially the parts that process sound. When glutamate levels are high, they can trigger or amplify the experience of tinnitus. On the other hand, we have GABA, gamma-aminobutyric acid, which is like the brake pedal of the nervous system. It helps calm the brain and reduce nerve activity. In times of chronic stress, GABA can become depleted, while glutamate increases, creating a perfect storm that worsens tinnitus. Tinnitus isn't just a hearing problem, it's also a brain issue and a nervous system issue. And once you understand that, you can begin to approach it in a different way. Let's also take a look at how the ear works. Inside the ear, there are tiny hair-like cells that detect sound, vibrations, and send them through the auditory nerve to the brain. If these hair cells become damaged through noise, exposure, aging, or toxins, they can send faulty signals to the brain. The brain, trying to interpret what's missing, may turn up the volume on its own internal signal, creating the phantom sound we recognize as tinnitus. But sometimes, the problem doesn't begin in the ear at all. It might be related to the eustachian tubes, the small passageways that connect the back of your nose to your middle ear. If these tubes are blocked due to allergies, sinus infections, or inflammation, they can create pressure changes that affect your hearing. That was the case for me. I had sinus inflammation that put pressure on my ears and triggered tinnitus symptoms. It wasn't permanent, but it was certainly frustrating. Other people may experience tinnitus due to earwax buildup, jaw tension, or neck issues. Even problems with the cranial nerves, the nerves that come directly from the brain and serve the head and neck, can lead to strange auditory sensations. If you've ever left a concert or loud party and noticed your ears ringing afterward, you've had a taste of what tinnitus feels like. Usually, that ringing fades after a few hours. But if your ears are exposed to loud sounds repeatedly from concerts, machinery, music played at high volumes through headphones, the hair cells in the inner ear can become damaged permanently, leading to chronic symptoms. So, what can we actually do about it? First, consider simple physical stimulation techniques that have been shown to help some people. You can gently pull and massage your earlobes, which stimulates nerve endings and can promote circulation. Rubbing your ears in circular motions, placing your palms over your ears and creating a vacuum-like pressure, then quickly removing your hands. All these tricks can sometimes provide short-term relief. There's even a method that involves tapping the back of your skull, using your fingers to drum gently on the base of your head near the neck, which may stimulate the auditory pathways and relax tension in the surrounding muscles. If you have sinus issues, you might benefit from steam inhalation. Fill a bowl with hot water, add a few drops of eucalyptus or menthol oil, and breathe deeply. This can help open your sinuses and reduce pressure in the eustachian tubes. If you suspect earwax is an issue, having your ears professionally cleaned could help too. Now, if you're looking for a natural way to support your hearing and reduce the intensity of tinnitus, there's one formula I highly recommend exploring. It's called NeuroQuiet. NeuroQuiet is a carefully crafted supplement made with natural ingredients designed to calm the nervous system, protect your hearing cells, and help bring balance back to your auditory pathways. It works by supporting the brain-ear connection, something most treatments completely ignore. Many people report feeling a gradual reduction in the ringing, and even improvements in focus, sleep, and emotional calm after consistent use. But here's an important warning. NeuroQuiet is only sold through its official website. There are many counterfeit versions circulating online, especially on marketplaces that look trustworthy but aren't authorized. To protect your health and your money, make sure you're buying directly from the official source. I've included the link for you in the description below, and also in the first pinned comment. If you decide to try NeuroQuiet, be consistent. Natural solutions take time to work, but your body knows how to heal when you give it the right support. Now, let's talk about something I discovered that has made a significant difference in my own life and for many others I've worked with. It's a natural compound called taurine, an amino acid that your body produces in small amounts, but which can also be taken as a supplement. Taurine plays several important roles in the body. It supports cardiovascular health, stabilizes cell membranes, and helps regulate calcium levels in cells. But what's particularly relevant to tinnitus sufferers is taurine's effect on the central nervous system and the auditory system. Taurine helps modulate neurotransmitters in the brain. It enhances GABA, which, as we mentioned earlier, is the calming chemical that slows down overactive nerve signals. At the same time, taurine helps counteract the excitatory effects of glutamate, creating a more balanced neurological environment. It also reduces oxidative stress, a process where free radicals damage cells, including those in the ears and brain, which has been linked to tinnitus and hearing loss. Some animal studies have shown that taurine can protect hearing and even restore some auditory function in certain cases. While we don't have definitive clinical trials in humans, the anecdotal reports are promising, and I'm one of them. After taking taurine regularly, I noticed not only a reduction in the intensity of the ringing, but also improvements in my sleep and stress levels. I take 1,000 milligrams of taurine in the morning, and another 1,000 milligrams before bed, always on an empty stomach for better absorption. You can start with a lower dose, around 500 milligrams, and gradually increase if you respond well. Taurine is generally considered safe, has been widely studied, and is even present naturally in foods like meat, fish, and dairy. Of course, if you're on medication or have a health condition, talk to your doctor before adding any supplement to your routine. Besides taurine, I also suggest supporting your health with good nutrition. Cut back on caffeine, alcohol, and refined sugars, as these can make tinnitus worse for some people. Focus on a whole foods diet, lots of vegetables, fruit, whole grains, nuts, seeds, and lean protein. Try to reduce inflammation in your body overall, because the less inflamed your system is, the calmer your nervous system will be. Don't underestimate the power of sleep. Tinnitus is almost always worse when you're tired. Create a calming bedtime routine. Try herbal teas like chamomile, valerian root, or Some people find relief from magnesium supplements, which also help with nerve health and relaxation. Movement helps too. Light exercise, stretching, and deep breathing exercises can help regulate your nervous system. Practices like yoga, Tai Chi, or even daily walks outdoors can do wonders. Finally, don't give up. Tinnitus can feel overwhelming, especially if you're dealing with it daily. But I'm here to remind you, there are things you can do. Support your body, calm your mind. Be curious, try new approaches. You don't have to accept suffering as your baseline. I hope something in this message gives you hope, a new direction, or a starting point for your healing. If this helped you, feel free to share it with someone else going through the same thing. Take care. Your health is your greatest asset.